Welcome back, everyone. What a weird and busy week I've had. It started off like any other, really, but while I was practicing my spellcasting, someone, who'd better remain silent, interrupted me mid-spell. Now, I don't know how many of you out there are spellcasters, but for those of you who aren't, magic can be a fickle thing. To cast spells properly, you really need concentration. You're dealing with powerful, chaotic forces. Without proper concentration, these forces can have some, rather unpredictable results. Such was the case when a certain someone barged in to show me something he felt was really important for me to see. Let's just say I don't think he feels it was important enough to interrupt me anymore. Bouncing around as little more than a sentient blob for a few days seems to have given him a little bit of a new perspective on things. I was going to leave him that way. To be honest, I found his condition quite humorous, but in such a state, he has quite a few limitations that make him fairly useless to me. So I had to spend some time trying to figure out a way to turn him back, which proved quite a bit more difficult than I anticipated. Long story short here, Bob is back to normal and he's learned not to bother me while I'm practicing. After that, he decided to do his job for a while, and he brought me Francesca Ramsey. I've been meaning to meet good old everything's racist Franny for a while now, so may as well do it this week. But before we get to that, let's begin by piling on the Lacey Green train real quick. Seems like it's almost obligatory for all the anti-SJW channels at this point, so let's get that out of the way first because I'm not quite on the bandwagon that many seem to be.
Okay, making this video. Hi Internet! I'm back! Did you miss me?
Miss you? Shit, didn't even notice you were gone. Okay, so at this point, I'm sure everyone knows what's going on here with Lacey, so I'm not going to go through her whole video or anything. I'll link it in the description if you haven't seen it and want to go watch it, but we can sum up all the hoopla with one short little clip.
There's talk that I'm being red-pilled.
Yep. All sorts of flippant banter on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere else that Lacey is taking the red pill and leaving the Matrix. As you would expect from her side of the fence, there's confusion, dismay, disappointment, and outright anger. From our side of the fence, lots of praise, congratulations, adoration, and celebration. From me, a big fat hold your wad, folks. Through the course of her video, all she's really said is that she's ready to engage in the discussion. Not in the sense that most of the feminist SJW crowd usually means either. You know, the discussion where they lecture you about how you're racist, sexist, xenophobic, misogynistic assholes, and you either agree or you're a racist, sexist, xenophobic, misogynistic asshole. Yeah, not that one. Lacey means she's ready to listen as well, and she has actually engaged with some anti-SJW folks in what at least appears to be actual discussion. And from what I've seen on Twitter, she seems to have developed a sense of humor as well, meaning she can take some of the jokes being tossed her way and tell that they're just jokes. She's not getting all bent out of shape and running around screaming harassment at everything anymore. That's all well and good, but you knew there was going to be a but, didn't you? While I commend her for stepping out of her bubble and being willing to actually listen to opposing views with at least what appears to be an open mind, I'm not about to anoint her as a converted saint either. I'm not going to shun her or slam her or anything for it, but you'll understand if I don't throw my arms out and offer a big old hug either. People learn, grow, and their opinions change as a result, but in this case, call me a pessimistic skeptic if you like, but to me, it seems a little fast for that kind of conversion that many seem to think she's had, and I'm not convinced she's had any conversion at all yet. She's willing to listen and discuss. That's great, but that doesn't mean she's dropped the third wave feminist social justice flag yet either. She's willing to listen, that's all. Hopefully, she'll get in touch with the right people who can calmly show her the error of her past ways and educate her out of the mind warp she was sucked into, but that hasn't happened yet. So let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Given where she's coming from, you can understand why I think there very well could be something fishy going on here. Time will tell, and hopefully I'm wrong, but she certainly hasn't done anything yet to earn my trust. Now, enough of that. Lacey is taking up too much of our time this week. Let's move on to our newest guest. Do these celebs look alike? Yes. 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 Yeah, I figured it was about time to have Francesca on my channel. You know, so she can tell us how everything we do, say, or think is racist. So bring it on, Franny. What makes us racist today?
Some celebs look alike, like creepily alike, but some people are always confusing celebs of color who don't look the same at all, which is kind of a problem.
Uh-huh. So, we go through your intro, where every pair you had look alike to me, including the white guys and the 3 girls you just had up there, but it's a problem when it's the people of color. I see. Honestly, Franny, I expected as much from you.
Let's see if you can tell who's who.
I have no idea. And I don't know either of those guys, so I can't even guess by process of elimination either. Nope. Same as the last. No idea who either of those women are. Nope. No clue. Never heard of her. Okay, seriously, what the fuck? Am I the only one who doesn't know any of these names?
There's actually a term for this. Own race bias, meaning it's easier for you to differentiate the faces of your own race or the ones you're very familiar with.
Well, in this case, it's called I have no fucking clue who any of those people are, but I'll be nice and not pretend I don't understand what you're getting at. So, own race bias. Yeah, it's a thing that all races do. So why is it only a problem when white people do it? Well, now, in that situation, I bet it would be embarrassing since, it's evidently her fucking job to interview these people. I should hope she'd be able to identify who the hell she's interviewing. Not really a race thing, though. More like a, oh shit, I'm a fucking idiot thing.
Ever heard all Asians look the same?
Nice try, Franny, but you didn't fool me.
Or all black people look the same? Confusing people of the same race that don't even look alike or not realizing I'm not Francesca is own race bias.
Well, guess I don't have it then, because I noticed right away. You're slipping, Franny. If you don't fix this before the end, I might make it out of here thinking I'm not a racist. We can't have that, now can we?
And it's not just celebs. This happened to me a lot back at my old office job. It's not just annoying, but it also makes you feel like you aren't an individual. And I'm not Jessica Williams. I wasn't on The Daily Show.
Of course you're not Jessica Williams. She tells jokes. You are one.
So how do you overcome own race bias? Well, mistakes happen, and if they do, apologize. But more importantly, make an effort to get to know people so you see them as a person rather than just a person of X race.
Well, thank God you're here to tell us this shit, Franny. I never would have thought of that. So just give me Dev, Lucy, Viola, and Gina's number so I can get to know them all and stop confusing them with some other fucking people I don't know.
When you really pay attention, there's lots of differences. Eye shape, face shape, hairstyle, and length, and it's okay to notice someone has a lighter or darker skin tone.
Well, sure, but, and I hate to be a stickler here, but at the beginning you asked us if these people look alike, remember? So I'm looking for similarities, not differences. Which might explain why, unlike you, I'm not hung up on dividing people by physical features like skin color.
The only way to overcome own race bias is to pay attention and try your best. Good luck, and special thanks to Rachel, who's still not me.
Or, see people as people and quit caring so much about skin color. But, of course, if we did that, then you couldn't blame white people for every bad thing that's ever happened in the world, could you? I gotta say, I really don't get what Franny was trying to accomplish with this one. I mean, own race bias is a thing, and every race does it. So I can't imagine why she thinks it's only a problem when it happens to people of color. They do it to white people as well. Hell, it's happened to me on occasion. People mistake me for other people now and then. I don't get my panties in a bunch over it, though. You just correct them and move on with your life. Then again, I don't spend my entire life thinking about skin color either, so maybe that's why. That's it for this time, folks. I'll see you all next time.